The most important lesson I've learned in life is to be open to possibilities. No matter how much you think that something is impossible, no matter how much you think that there's only one path, there's only one track, if you are not paying attention to the things around you and the opportunities around you, there's no way that you can make new solutions. My name is Misty Davies. I'm a research computer engineer, and I work at NASA. My dad worked in the oil fields, so we moved around a lot. In fact, I never spent more than about a year in the same place. I went to high school in a place called Guthrie, Oklahoma, and I was actually the first person in my family to go to college. Given that we really didn't have a lot of money and I got a full ride to the University of Oklahoma, that's where I started. I failed miserably. Was just too young, just didn't know what I wanted to do, didn't have any focus at all, and flunked out. After that, I worked for a while. For a while, I managed a veterinary hospital, and then went off to the Grand Canyon, sold rooms and tours for a while, managed a gas station. I had this 69 Volkswagen Beetle that was, of course, constantly broken in some fashion or another. So I was constantly taking that thing apart, putting it back together. And at some point, a maintenance man came and talked to me, and he says, "Have you ever thought about engineering?" What's the person who drives the train? What are you talking about, engineering? So I hadn't ever considered it before that point. So I went to the local university at that time, which was Northern Arizona University, and went and looked at the engineering program, and it just felt like home. This, of course, that's what I was supposed to be doing. The very first set of classes I took, I called my mom, and my mom said, "You know, this is the first thing I've ever seen you get this passionate about that was also hard for you. So maybe this is the thing you're supposed to be doing." I got a master's degree in aerospace and astrospace engineering, and then I went back to mechanical engineering and got my PhD in mechanical engineering from Stanford. It never occurred to me that I could do that I had the potential to do that. And it was only through a series of really wonderful people in my life opening doors for me, going, "You can do pretty amazing things. You can do wonderful things." When I was a student, working with my first real advisor here at NASA, at some point she took me over to the flight simulator where they were bringing the pilots in to test the intelligent flight control system. And so there's this moment where, you know, you're hurtling towards the earth in your plane, and then she turns on the adaptive control system, and all of a sudden, you know, as a student who can't even fly this plane, all of a sudden I'm flying the plane. And a little bit later that day, she looked at me and she said, "You know, one of the reasons that I really love students is that they don't know what's impossible yet. So you can always set students off on impossible tasks and be completely surprised when they solve the thing that you thought was impossible." I love her for that entire day, both for the chance to get to fly the plane and also for this magic epiphany where I went, it doesn't have to be just students. You could just think that way for the rest of your life, where you have a healthy bit of doubt that you'll be able to solve the problem, but don't overlook potential solutions because you thought something was impossible. I've worked on the Connexes flying underneath helicopters. I've worked on adaptive flight control systems. I've worked on trajectory optimization for satellites. Now I'm working on trying to find problems really quickly in air traffic control simulations. That's one of the great things about working at NASA, is that if NASA's working on it, it's an important problem. You have to be proud of the work that you're doing whenever the work you're doing is helping people on that scale. I invite women to and girls to come and see all of the rich family life, the conversations, the collaborations, the solving of really important problems that goes on here.